What is up, YouTube and people of the interwebs? My name is Dave, and you are watching my channel. So, just to let you know, there's a fan going in the background, and I don't care. It's hot in my house, okay? I need the fan. I need the fan to be cool. I don't care so much about quality, because that takes too much time and I'm uncomfortable. So I'm going to be comfortable. I'm going to be speaking to you. And then I'll see how it sounds when I upload the video. And I'm not going to be editing this either. So for all you jump cut aficionados, it's not happening. What's going to happen is I am going to talk to you pure, raw, and uncut. And uncut. That's what's happening. I'm going to be speaking to you guys. Yes, it's true. So, if you've noticed from my recent videos, I've been talking a lot about sobriety. Today is January 15th, 2018, and I am 15 days without a beer, without drinking. Now, I can tell you it has not been an easy road, and I've been wanting to drink occasionally. I mean, the first 6 days, the first 3 to 4 days were really hard because I just wanted to drink because, I mean, it's just natural for me. I decided not to. And so, of course, I'm like, I'm not going to do this. And I wanted to do it more. I've gone 14 days easily when I haven't told myself, okay, I'm not going to drink. I've noticed it's becoming a horrible habit. I'm doing it 2 to 3 times a week. And when I drink, I don't just drink a little bit, man. I get toe up from the flow up. 18 to 2 18 packs to the dome by myself. So I have a problem. Call it what you want to call it, but I'm a fucking alcoholic. Alright, cool. Glad that we got that over with. 15 days sober. 3 days after the 6 days, some crazy shit happened that probably hasn't really happened to anybody. And maybe one of the things, or 2 of the things have happened to a person, but 3 things back to back to back hit me. We shut down my wife's credit line at her job, a major corporation. We shut down their credit line. I didn't know if she's going to lose her job. I wanted a drink. The next day I found out my uncle died. That made me want to drink. But not only did I find out that my uncle died, I found out that he died on June 11th, and I was notified July the 6th, so almost 21 days after his death. So unfortunately I wasn't able to make it to his services, which made me want to drink. And the following day, it would be the 8th now, okay? My wife's ex-fiancé decided to friend request her on Facebook. That made me want to drink. Fast forward a couple of days, things got a little easier. I didn't drink. The urges subsided to a fault. I mean, there's been an occasion where I'm like, damn, a nice cold beer would be great. But, I mean, all in all, it wasn't bad. And then yesterday, my wife didn't go buy me any caffeine. I mean, I guess I could have went out, but I mean, she worked late and didn't get home until about 12, midnight, 11:30ish, the night prior. So I was pretty much ashed out. I was ready for bed, you know. And I thought she'd be nice enough to bring me some caffeine. She forgot. Not only that, she took all the money. She took all the cash, the debit cards, etc., etc., etc. So it was a rough day yesterday. I slept a lot because I didn't have any caffeine. I mean, a lot of you people that are like, I don't do caffeine, I don't need caffeine, good for you, more power to you. I am not there. But after yesterday, I think it may be a goal after maybe a good few months of sobriety, maybe 90 days of me not drinking any alcohol. Maybe I'll attempt to slowly start weaning myself off of caffeine, because how I felt, that's not cool, man. That's not cool. It did not feel good. And I shouldn't be dependent on a substance to live my life. And if it makes me feel like that, having caffeine withdrawals, that's not okay, man. That's not okay. I didn't realize how bad I had it, and really how much I drank up until yesterday. So I think it was a good learning stepping stone, although throughout that morning and that day, I'm like, damn, man, I have the beer in the fridge. You know what will kind of wake me up and equalize me, per se? A nice, cold 5 or 6 beers. That will be nice. Oh, yeah. But you know what's going to happen after I drink that nice 5 or 6 beers? I'm going to drink the 7th and the 9th and the 12th and the 15th and the 18th. And then all of a sudden, I'm going to be 18 in. And I'm gonna be like, when wifey comes home, wifey, I need more booze, I need more brew, man. Go get me my 40. Oh wait, I'm in Florida. They don't have 40 ounces. I'm not in Cali no more, man. So, ooh, go get me my 18 pack. What's up? Okay. Anyways, on to the point of this video and why I turned on the recording button. I wanted to talk about, here, let me do it like this so I'm kind of looking at you and just looking down, so I'm not like, The 10 confidence building, is that all it says? Yeah. 10 confidence building and anxiety reducing rational beliefs. Let me say that again. 10 confidence building and anxiety reducing rational beliefs. So if you're feeling anxious, if you're feeling overwhelmed, if you're feeling just not up to it today, this is a list of 10 things to remember. 10 things. 1. Just because things are not succeeding today does not mean I'm a no-hoper or that I will not succeed in the future. So just remember, just because things aren't succeeding today does not mean that they won't ever succeed, okay? Number 2, while it is very desirable to achieve well and be recognized by others, I do not need achievement or recognition to survive and be happy. That is a huge one. And especially for me, I feel like I need recognition because everybody in my life, I feel like, told me to go fuck off. So I feel like I need somebody to tell me, yo, Dave, you alright, bro? I like what you're doing. This is nice. But I don't need that to be happy. As you can tell if you stumbled upon my YouTube, I've been doing it since 2014. And guess what? All but like 3 subscribers, I did an experiment and I paid for them. I guess it worked, but it really didn't work. I mean, don't do it. It's cheap, but not. Doesn't make you feel any better. 4. My performance at work, perfect or otherwise, does not determine my worth as a person. Number 5. Things are rarely as bad, awful, or catastrophic as I imagine them to be. Number 6. I accept who I am, even though I may not like some of my traits and behaviors. 7. There are many things about me that I like and do well. Enumerate them. Enumerate, I'm going to have to look that up, but I'm assuming that's like list them or go over them in your head. I have done many things that worked successfully in the past. I will succeed in the future. I am intelligent and talented enough to learn what I have to do and how to do it in order to accomplish my goals. Number 10. I am confident that everything will turn out okay, given that I have my goals, know what to do, and work hard. So, those, my friends, my internet peeps, are 10 confidence building and anxiety reducing rational beliefs. Now, you're not going to see them like broadcasted across right here or anything because, like I said, I'm not going to go do the editing, man. I'm just not doing it. Eventually, I may do it, but I'm just going to let these little videos run on for 21 minutes because that's what my camera captures is 21 minutes of me just rambling throughout the day and talking to you. You want to know why? Because I don't have anybody else to talk to, okay? I've been a stay-at-home dad. I was a dog walker / dog trainer, and the first 4 years of my career, I did not do much talking to humans. I just walked their dogs and trained their dogs with no verbal interaction with them. And then I sometimes started talking to people, but it always felt like I was speaking on deaf ears, you know? Okay, do this with your dog and don't do this with your dog. And then all of a sudden I come back the next week and they're still doing this with their dog and they're not doing that with their dog like I told them to. So I tell them again, put it in a different way, and they still don't do it. So they still look at me like, my dog is still doing exactly what it was when I paid you the money I paid you. And I paid you a lot of money. Well, I only work with you for an hour a week. If you're not doing it, guess what? The behavior's not going to change. That's kind of why I started looking more into, if you've been watching or if you go back and watch, the SMART recovery. It's more of a science-based principle of psychology and addictive type of behaviors, and I have to say, I have one. I've done the AA, as you can see in my earlier videos. I've been doing that since about 15, and it's never really worked for me. I generally get caught up on step 4, which they have one like that here, just because I resent a lot of things, peoples, and places. I hate almost everybody and everything, you know. I'm not racist or prejudiced. I hate everybody equally, okay? But the hardest step for me to ever get past, and they say is invaluable in your recovery of addiction, to be honest with yourself. So the hardest step I've had to overcome is sitting there saying, I will give my power over to God because I am powerless. And I know they say God is how you see him or how you believe in him or her or whatever your God particularly is. But imagine I don't believe in God. Okay, so I'm looking for something to give my power over. And I'm like, I am powerless. I give my power to the shoe. Okay? As an example, I mean, relatively, this is how I'm rationalizing how this is difficult for me. Okay? So we're going to use that shoe as an example, yes? I am powerless and I give my power to the shoe because that's the only thing I can kind of rationalize doing. A figment of my imagination. I could also do it with my son because I feel like my life now has more meaning, and without my child it is meaningless. So I guess I could use him as a higher power, except I just don't want to exert that type of responsibility on him. And even imagine that he is the reason why I'm not drinking. I think I should have some willpower and say it's me and the responsibility is not all on him. But I don't. And I can't imagine praying to something. Like I said, I was going to start doing some meditations a few months back. I bought a meditation Bible, not for any praying necessarily. I just felt like, you know, you watch all these kung fu movies when you're a kid and stuff, and, you know, Bruce Lee is always meditating, and all these, like, kung fu masters, they're peace of mind, body, and soul, and I really admire that, being peace of mind, body, and soul. I've always aspired to be something like that, even though my mind just consistently runs. It's like all the fish, my thoughts are like all the fish swimming up the river, you know. It's my mind tends to get nutty sometimes, and I'm sure a lot of people's do. But I want to be able to meditate, so I bought this book, and I figured, you know, I would meditate on my God, yes, on what I consider my God for AA. And it hasn't happened yet, but in that process I stumbled upon this other recovery group. It's called a non-secular group. That means that you can believe in God, or you don't have to believe in God to stop whatever addiction you have. It doesn't talk about how you are powerless over it. It gives you power to do it. Some people talk schmack about that. Some people talk schmack about AA. I'm not talking schmack about any of them because I'm still planning on attending AA meetings when I can get there, just so I have that fellowship, because so far they only have one meeting a week, and I went online to their forums, and it seems like these people are kind of assholes. I mean, I don't want to get banished or banned from the forums, so I'm a little hesitant on what I can say or what I can't say, but I went into this 24-hour chat group, and they're just talking a nonsensical, philosophical type of shit, right? And it says right there at the top of the chat group, saying, if somebody has a question about the program and steps, you know, for this program, they're a priority. They come first. They pretty much told me to go fuck off. That was more important. And they started talking about the World Cup that just happened with soccer, France winning. What? So I just kind of threw me off a bit. But it's more self-reliance program. So you do a lot of learning. It's not really about therapy or group therapy. That's also why I want to keep kind of going down the route of AA. I think that social interaction would be healthy for me, because I've been trying to do it without the social interaction of AA, and that's kind of why I started vlogging, is because I am physically unable to make it there, and I feel like I just need to speak. You know, me doing this hopefully keeps me sober, and shit, you know, if it does, great, and if it doesn't, oh well, you know. But like I said, I'm 15 days in. There's some things I was talking about in the last video and I didn't recap because I'm a fucking idiot. And hopefully I'm able to recap in this one, okay? So you have a white dude at 16 years old that got shot in BFE, I don't know, somewhere Mid-East, North, West, I don't know, some high school kid that was on the football team and lacrosse. His mom called the police on him. He was irate. He had a knife and a bat, she said, and the police came. They told him to get down. He didn't comply, so they shot him 12 times. Boom, dead. 16-year-old kid. Mom called the cops because he was irate. His friends at school said he's a good, very happy, enthusiastic, energetic kid. He's a white kid that plays lacrosse and football. It seems like him and his mother got in a disagreement. Boom, dead, right? Black dude in Chicago, 30 years old, south side of Chicago. Probably up to no good. He's got a gun in his waistband, maybe for protection, maybe because he's just a thug. I'm not sure. Anyways, police shoot him twice. Boom, boom. He's dead. Now, the point I was trying to get at before, which I really didn't seem to go, white dude, 16. It's not even popping up on my newsfeed on Facebook, alright? Nada. Nothing, okay? They don't use the word white anywhere. White kid shot. When it happens with the black person, they say black man shot, and protests are happening. No one's protesting this white kid being shot by these policemen, but then you have a little bit of a riot and these black people protesting this 30-year-old black man carrying a gun, okay? Not his mom calling the police saying, my son's pissed off. You know, you could say what you want. Maybe he was going to kill his mom. Maybe he wasn't. Maybe he was just a little pissed off. Maybe she was mad at him and decided to call the police and make up a story so they come take him away. I mean, parents are fucking nuts too, you know? It's hard to say what the truth is, distinguishing the truth from the lies, because as we all know, police write their own narrative unless you do a full-on investigation, which I'm sure we'll find out more news later on exactly what happened with this kid, if you're paying attention, because it won't be popping up. You'll have to dive deep and do your own damn research, okay? Figure out more about this mama and all this other stuff. But this black dude, he gets shot. More than likely he's a thug. You know, in the city of Chicago, you're not allowed to have guns and all that stuff. He's running around strapped up. Who knows? Who knows if he's about that life, but I'm assuming if you got a strap, you're living in the south side of Chicago still, you're probably about that life. I mean, you could move out of the city limits. You're not stuck there. Nobody's stuck there. I mean, it's a choice when you hit a certain age, okay? You're choiceless until you hit a certain age. This dude's 30. He's there for a reason, probably hanging out with his homeboys on the block. I'm not sure. I may be wrong, okay? But anyways, this guy was armed. The kid wasn't armed with a firearm. And this is a 30-year-old man. There's protests. People are rioting. People are upset. The funny thing is, though, they say Uncle Sam's Misguided Children said it was a white dude with the megaphone trying to get these people to be unruly and riot or whatever. So it could be a narrative, it could be an agenda of some person over here at the University of Chicago. Like I was saying, something popped up from the University of Denver Online talking about, do you want a career in the social justice field? We will teach you about a bunch of shit that really isn't going on. Like, what the hell? I forgot now, but it's pretty much like racial identities and racial injustices that are going on right now. You know, I understand what happened like 200 years ago. I understand what happened in the 60s, which is almost 80 years ago. You know, 75, 60, more than 60, almost 80 years ago. I mean, it's almost 2020. So, almost 80 years ago that shit happened. So, I mean, maybe some of those folks are still alive during that. I mean, and I know it was a slow progress to get where we're at, but I was never a part of that. I don't know anything about being racist and saying, yo, get that N-word and all that crap, man. I wasn't raised around that. I was raised around, get that white boy. So I was raised entirely differently. I was the one running. So, yeah. Anyways, my time's about up. It's almost been 21 minutes. I appreciate you guys so much for watching. It's been my pleasure just speaking out of my ass. And as always, don't forget to subscribe. Like the video if you liked it. If you want to have a civil discussion or an uncivil discussion, comment below. And if I like it enough, I will make a video. And I have nothing else to do besides talk to you. So I'll see you guys in a few. Bye.